Welcome to Kendra's Artistic Crochet Designs. And today we are going to make this plaid baby blanket, but we are going to make this in purples. Um, this turned out so beautifully. We're going to do this in Tunisian, and we're going to be doing it in simple stitch, purl stitch, and knit stitch. So I'm going to start off with this lavender. I have these, I love this yarn. This one is called Orchid. Then we have white. And this one is called Amethyst. Alright, and then with this, we don't need a Tunisian hook. We can use it just a regular hook because you're only working with 10 stitches at a time on your hook. So this is so cool. We do one square at a time, and we're going to connect them as we go. So we're going to chain 10 to start out with. So there's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, and then we're going to start at the second chain from the hook. And I'm using the back bumps of the chain, and we're just going to load up the hook with 10 loops like we normally do in Tunisian. So we'll make sure there's 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now we're going to take the loops off a hook, and we're going to go through 1, and then go through 2, go through 2, all the way back until we've only got 1 loop left on our hook. Now the lavender, this light lavender that we're using, we are going to purl it. So we're just going to, this is what we're going to do. We're going to purl these stitches. And if you're not sure how to purl, then go to my February washcloth, Tunisian purl washcloth, and practice, learn how to do it there, and then come back. And then at the end stitch, we're going to go through both of those stitches. And of course, you should always have 10 loops on your hook. And then take those off, and we're going to put 10 rows. Now we've already got 2 rows on here. So we are going to put 8 more rows, and then we will be back to show you what to do next. But you'll have a total of 10 rows by the time we get back. Alright, so this is what we have so far. We've got 10 rows with 10 stitches. Alright, so now we're going to start with the white, and we're going to knit the white. So every time we use this light purple, it'll always be a purl. And every time we use the white, it'll always be a knit. So we're going to knit, and you should have 10 stitches. You'll always have 10 stitches on your hook, or 10 loops. And then you work them off, and then you're going to do 9 more rows of the knit stitch now. So we're going to do 9 rows. It's 10 rows each time. So Now we need to put 9 more rows of the knit stitch. Okay, and then we'll be back for right after that. Okay, so we're going to go with this color again, and you're going to do that with the pearls. So you're going to do 10 rows of pearls, and then you'll go to the white and do 10 rows of knit, and then so and so forth until you have 11 squares all together. So we're putting squares on top of each other. You were working this blanket from the bottom to the top. And so that's how the blanket is being worked. Also, I forgot to tell you, this lavender here, you need 2 skeins. It takes about a skein and a half to do this blanket. You only need a 3/4 of a skein of the white and 3/4 of a skein of the darker color. So, but you'll be using this color more often. So anyway, we're just going to continue with this. I think I've got a 7mm hook. I don't think I told you what my hook size was either. So I have a 7mm hook that I'm working with. All right, so we're just going to keep going, making these squares using lavender, white, lavender, white, lavender, all the way until you get 11 squares done. And then we'll be back to show you how to do the second rows and the rest of the rows then. So we'll be back then. Okay, so I'm on the 11th one. This is number 11. You should end up with this color. I did 9 rows. Okay, the 10th row of this is the bind off. So we're going to bind it off like we're purling. So we're going to purl each stitch and bind off with a single crochet. And then we're going to single crochet into this stitch, this last stitch right there, and that's it. Chain 1, and then we're going to cut it off. All right, so we started from here and we've got all 11 rows done, as you can see. All right, so now this is 11 squares, not rows. This is the first row. We're going to start the second row, and the second row is we start out with this darker purple. And we're going to, this is the first square that we've done. So right here at the side, right here, you see what I'm doing here? We're going to slip stitch in there, and then we're going to chain 10. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And using the back loops of the chain, we're going to pull up 10 loops. So 1 loop from each chain. Well, you're going to pull up 9 because you already got 1 at the end there. making sure you have 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, now what we're going to do is we're going to connect it to this square, this row that we just did. And we're going to go, there is, you're going to skip this loop. You got front loop and back loop. You're going to go through the back loop, and then there's another loop behind it that you're going to grasp. And then pull through. Now, that will make you 11. And because we have 11 stitches, we're going to go through 2 loops, not 1. So we're just going to, this row and every row you go through 2 loops and not 1 like you do at the very beginning of this project. So then that way, that will still give us 10 stitches. Okay, now we've got the base done. And this color, we are going to do the simple stitch. So that is going through this. So if you want a refresher on how to do the simple stitch, you'll go to my simple stitch washcloth, my Tunisian washcloths, and I do a simple stitch in that first washcloth. So again, we're going to go in the back loop and that loop back here, go through both of them and pull it. So you're going, each row goes to each row. So this is easy because you're not going to have to count because we already have 10 rows, and if you've done it right, you will end up with 10 rows and you don't really have to count your rows. And then we'll go through 2 all the way across. All right, so keep going like that until this square is done. Okay, we're connecting this as we go. All right, and we'll be back for the next square. Okay, so we've got the first square done, and as you can see, this is a very nice clean edge. You can't even tell that we put it together like that. Isn't that cool? That is so neat. So now we're going to go with this lavender again, and when we work with this lavender, it will always be the purl stitch. So we're going to do the purl stitch. So every time you work with this color, it's always the simple stitch. So now we're going to do the purl stitch, and we're going to connect it to the white when we get over here. All right, and then again, you're going to find that loop in the back, and we're going to do that second loop and leave this first one. So, and then going through 2, not 1, we're going to go through 2 all the way across. All right, so then we're going to purl all the way up with this white And then when you get up here to this lavender, you're going to do this darker purple again, and then the lavender, and so on and so forth. You're going to end up with this darker purple at the end. So, and then that's how you do all the rest of the rows. So then you're actually going to continue when you go to the third row. This is the second row we're working in. When you go to the third row, you're going to repeat this row, okay, with the lavender, white, lavender, white. Okay, and then the fourth row, you're going to repeat this row. So every other row, you're just repeating these two rows until you've got 11 rows. So it's 11 squares by 11 rows. And so we'll just work on that. And then when we come back, I will show you how to do the border. Okay, so I had finished this blue one up because it takes 3 days to make this blanket. So since I finished this one, I'm going to show you how we're going to put a border on this now. Alright, so we're going to go at the corner. We're just going to connect to the corner here. And I'm going to sew in my end. We're going to chain one. And in this corner, we're going to put 3 half double crochets. Alright, and then we're going to continue to put in a half double crochet in every stitch around. And I'm using this darker blue first. For the first row of this border. So then when you get to the corners, make sure you're putting 3 half double crochets in the corner so you could turn the corner, and we'll go all the way around with this blue, and then we'll be back for row 2 of the border. Okay, so row 2, which is going to be the white, we're going to half double crochet in the third loop of these half double crochets. So this, the third loop, we have the first loop, the back loop, and then the third loop, which is behind, right here, right behind these half double crochets. That's what we're going to be working in. Alright, and so this next stitch is a corner, so we're going to put 3 half double crochets in that third loop to turn this corner. Alright, and then we're just going to half double crochet all the way around it in the third loops, and make sure you put 3 half double crochets in the corners. Alright, and then we'll see you for our last row of our border next. Alright, so row 3, last row. I am using the lighter color blue now, and in this first stitch we're going to put a single crochet and 2 doubles in the same stitch. That is called a falling leaf stitch. Alright, well actually, Yeah, since we're on the corner, we're going to do that in the next stitch too. So we're going to put a single crochet and 2 doubles. And I actually, wait a minute, I didn't do that right. All right. But we are working in the 3rd loop still. So we're just going to go to the 3rd loop and put a single crochet and 2 doubles in that loop. And then we're going to do that in the next 2 3rd loops as well, because that is a corner. And when you get to the corner, you're going to put this falling leaf stitch in all 3 stitches on the corners. It helps us turn the corner. Now it looks like that. Okay, now we're going to skip 2 stitches, 1, 2, and in the 3rd one, we're going to put a single crochet and 2 doubles. Until you get to your next corner. So we're going to skip 2. So in every 3rd one, you're putting this falling leaf stitch in there in every 3rd stitch. And it kind of gives it a little bit of a scalloped edge. 1, 2, right here's the 3rd stitch. And it'll look like this. So you'll see it going around the corners, and it'll look like this all the way down and around. I really love the way this baby blanket came out, and I don't think that anybody else has done it this way before, with using the 3 different stitches in each of the blocks. But I just love this baby blanket because it don't take very long to do. It's really quick. So anyway, I hope you guys had a lot of fun making this baby blanket with me. I want to thank you guys for watching. Have a great day, and bye bye now.